Righty ho there, people. Yes. Well, this is like the 5th time I've tried to do this vlog. Adrian Nickelodeon asked me to do this. Ah, oh, come on! Okay, as I was saying, Adrian Nickelodeon asked me to do this back in April, and look, with everything that's going on and on the home front and everything, I just either haven't had time to do it, and when I have had time to do it, I couldn't be bothered doing it, and so forth. So I'm going to make this as quick as possible, because the last one I did was just way too long. It was like half an hour. Absolutely rubbish. So tonight, I'm going to try and tell you about the time I ran over a pedestrian. This is long before I ever had a motorbike license or the motorbike. It's when I was on my way home in the car. So, brace yourselves. This could be a long story. So picture this, alright? It's a nice warm summer night. It's about 2 o'clock in the morning. I've just had a fantastic Friday night. You know, last day of work. I've got 2 weeks of annual leave ahead of me. So I'm coming down this very lane, this very right-hand lane I'm on right now. And I'm thinking to myself, great, I've got 2 weeks holiday. Got the front windows down, the music's sort of playing in the background. Happy as a pig and shit. About to go home for the night. I'm absolutely knackered, right? So I'm coming up to this set of lights. And boy, if I only knew what was coming around the corner, I just would have fucking stayed home, I reckon. So as I come up to this set of lights, now there's a specific green arrow which has just popped on now, right? Let's go through this. So as I round the corner here, I've got my green arrow, so I'm coming around the corner and I gave the car the berries, right? And right about here, some guy runs right across here. Right across the front of the car, and I'm screwing my guts off at him, and there's no one around. I can stop here for a bit. Anyway, he runs across. I'm screwing my guts off at him through my open window, right? And, oh, you know, so irritated, so annoyed, such stupidity at this bloke, you know. He made it to the other side of the road, no problem. Meanwhile, the car is still locking the brakes up. It's coming right along there. The car, I probably had it up to about 50 k's an hour just before he ran across, right? I know it's only a small section, but look, I wasn't giving it the berries, this car, but I wasn't going slow either. Anyway, he's across on the other side of the road. I've got the brakes locking up. I'm screaming abuse out of my left-hand passenger window. But because my attention was not where it should have been, I mean, that would have to be my own critical fault there, that I'd have to blame myself for. I took my attention off what was in front of me to look over on my left. So anyway, if you can picture this, hands on the wheel, I'm screaming abuse at the left-hand side of the car, and as I straighten up, the car's still coming to a slow anti-lock brake style stop, and I look off to my right, and I just think, oh fuck. It's about that point, another young bloke, teenager, has come running down here at the same time, and he's obviously thought to himself, ah, this bloke's stopping, I'll just run across anyway. Bang! Collected that little motherfucker. So the car probably stopped roughly about there in the end. And it was a bit of a state of shock. I was like, what the fuck? I mean, this guy full on, up the engine hood of the car, up to the windscreen and fucking everything, and rolled off, you know. I'll leave the bike running. She needs a good run at the moment. Anyway, so you can picture the car, stop there. I'm leaning out the window by that point thinking, holy shit. I'm looking at the guy, he's out cold in the gutter here. I'm looking at, you're right. He didn't respond. The rest of his clan and friends have come down this alleyway, and they're in shock too. I mean, I'm sure they saw it all happen. So they've come over and they're trying to do the right thing, but they're moving him around. That you should not move someone around who's been hit like that. That's just dumb. But look, they were all young kids. They weren't to know. Anyway, just as, you know, I've put the car in the park, handbrake on, I'm about to open the car door and render the assistance, you know, make the fucking phone call, you know, 000, you know, call an ambulance. Next thing you know, another kid has come flying down this damn alleyway. Absolutely fucking running, right? He runs right across this road, right up to my driver's side window, and starts pounding me fucking head in, you know? Mind you, they're pretty girly punches, I've got to say. Yeah, you're screwed. But, you know, I thought to myself, what the fuck's your problem, man? And I even said that. I said, what the fuck's your problem? You know, you should be there helping your mate. Oh, you deliberately hit him, blah, blah, blah. Just ranting and raving like that. I just thought to myself, oh, fuck this, you know. I don't know if he's got any knives. I don't know who else in his clan's going to join him next. I don't know. I'm on my own here. And I've got, I reckon there must have been about 10 of them all up. So I just thought, fuck this, I'm going to call for help. So I put the window up on the car. The door was already locked by that point as well. Central locking for the win. And essentially, I put the car back in the drive, took the handbrake off, and I rolled the bloody car down. I just left it in drive. I didn't accelerate, and I just rolled the car all the way down the hill. But what I didn't realise was there's actually another car next to me, also behind me at the lights, and he saw everything. In the heat of the moment, I really did not notice him until I was going down the road. I've got this guy running after me now, the one that was punching me at the window. Get back here, you gutless fucking cunt! Fucking ranting around. I thought, you think I'm going to bloody stop the car just so you can start off again? No. Piss off. Fuck off. Not interested. And this car was following the guy going down the hill, look. And it's like, oh, this is great. I don't even know who's in this car. Is he after me as well, or what the fuck, you know? I'm not trying to run away from the accident. I'm trying to keep myself safe. I mean, I was prepared to do the right thing by this poor kid sitting there either dead, dying, or something, and render assistance, but no, I had to leave the scene of the accident because this guy just does not get his priorities straight. So anyway, the whole way down there, I'm on the phone to 000. They took the details, terminated the call, and I had a pretty good response time. The cops are only just down the other end of Grimshaw Street, and this is where I am now, Grimshaw Street. They came with what, like 2 minutes or whatever. This other guy in the car behind me, he actually saw this young bloke out. He called him out. He said, mate, get the fuck back up there. Nah. Eventually he went back up. I was talking to the cops down there, yada yada yada. I was surprised they actually weren't all that interested in getting up here, you know. I mean, we were talking about a possible life and death situation. But, nope. They weren't too interested in that. I'm going to turn the bike off now, fuck it. And anyway, before long, the ambulance arrives. The ambulance comes right through the intersection, the same pathway that I'd taken through moments earlier in my car, and heads all the way down to us. I mean, obviously all the flashing lights down there. And the ambos come up, said, yeah, you're right, mate. Yeah, I said, yeah, I'm all right, mate, but what about the bloke you just drove past? Cops are looking at me. Everyone's looking at each other at the moment. You've got these three groups of people, cops, me, and the ambos, all looking at each other. It's like dumbfounded. Like, what the fuck, you know? And the ambos look at me and they said, there's no one up there. I said, what do you mean? I hit the bloke with the car. He's out cold on the ground, dead or dying, something. He's got to be up there. Nope, apparently not. They had cleared out. Now, if you wind the clock back, oh, this is like some 80 years ago, right? This Aldi store didn't exist. None of this existed here, right? And the old bus stop was right over there. Now, what these young blokes had done is, after I'd driven off down there, they had actually picked the bloke up off the ground and walked him over to the bus stop. So he must have come too, or something, or they'd dragged him off the road. Who knows? Now, while I'm down there with the cops, they've obviously decided, holy shit, we are in deep, deep shit. I mean, this group of young teenagers, they were fucking drunk off their face. I mean, they were actually fucking plastered. That's why I obviously didn't see a car coming around the corner, because they were just too busy running down there and... Nah. So they obviously didn't want any trouble with the cops. They'd already been kicked out of a party, which is why they were apparently running down the alleyway. Now, the ambos eventually said, all right, leave it with us, we'll go for a bit of a drive. So they got back in their ambo, came all the way up here, had another look around. Nothing to be seen up here. No one, not even one person was up here. They eventually turned right about 1k down the road. There's a KFC. That's where they found him. His mates were basically dragging him along the ground, you know, propped up by the shoulders and that sort of thing, you know, arms around each other's shoulders and that sort of thing, but they basically dragged him semi-conscious all the way down there to try and take him home. And it's like, you got to be shitting me, right? You could have internal bleeding, brain injuries and whatnot, and you're just going to try and put him into bed for the night. What a fucking joke. So the ambos looked him over and just said, mate, you're going to the hospital. In the back he went. So at least he got looked after in the end. I'm glad about that part. The downside was, for me, is I lost about $1,600 out of that. The damage to the car was the front bumper had all marks in it. My front fog light was completely shagged and had to be replaced. Had dents and scratches all up my engine hood. My front windscreen wiper had to be replaced, and I had a couple of scratches in my windscreen. In the grand scheme of things, look, obviously it's nothing compared to the life of another person, but you know, when it comes to, there's a crossing there, and to be crossing right about here, that's jaywalking. So as far as I'm concerned, I was in the right, he was in the wrong. It was completely avoidable. So yes, the end of the story was about 4 AM I was at home. I mean, yeah, because the adrenaline rush you get out of this sort of shit. I mean, I didn't drive the car after that. I had to get my mate to come and get the car. I wasn't interested in driving it after that. I was up at 4 AM when the police officer actually rang me back. And I thought, oh shit, you know. well, you know, I've got to ring back sometime, I guess. And he did say he would. So it was a matter of his word that night. And he said, well, you'll be pleased to know that he's going to survive. You know, he's got a severe concussion, possibly related to the alcohol in itself. It was a mitigating factor, actually. Alcohol and concussion does not mix. Absolutely not for a second. He didn't have any broken bones or that. He's probably going to have some severe bruising and some scrape marks, but other than that, he was expected to make a full recovery. So that part was good news. Well, for him anyway. My car was not going to make a full recovery. I mean, it costs money to repair cars. $1,600 was the quote to get it fixed, and I didn't get any money back out of it in the end, which was shit. You know, I didn't have insurance with the car because I can't afford it, because too many people fucking smashed into my car, which jacked up my insurance to the point where I couldn't afford it anymore. So it's really fucked up the way that shit works, insurance. I just hate insurance companies. Yeah. The police officer did in the end say that while they're in there interviewing him or whatever, they got his side of the story and whatnot, but they said at the end of it all, there you go, mate. There's your penalty notice for jaywalking. Right on his hospital bed. Fuck you, little cunt. Smash up my bloody car. Just so you... I don't care if you're underage and you have a couple of drinks. I really don't. But when you get so drunk and shit-faced stupid that you cannot tell right from wrong or look after your priorities in life, you really are a fucking idiot. You know? You have a lot to learn. Well, unfortunately, this kid learned that night that cars fucking hurt when they hit you. I mean, I reckon the estimated speed at the time of that impact probably would have been about 20 to 30 k's an hour. So if you could picture about 50 there, I've slammed on the brakes to avoid the first guy. The car's still stopping, and eventually the second guy runs out. So, yeah, somewhere around the 20 to 30 k's an hour. But believe me, if you've ever been hit by a one-ton car, that's fast enough to hurt. So he's actually probably lucky that I was already braking for the first guy, because if the first guy had not run over across the road and I wasn't braking for him and he still ran out as he did at that time, we're talking about the car would have been up to 60 k's an hour, and we could have been looking at a fatality, you know, all because someone wanted to go out and get drunk, get kicked out of a party because they think it's fucking hilarious. You know, you do these things when you're young, I guess, but you got to think about consequences for the rest of your life. You could have spent it in a wheelchair. But yes, that is the night I hit a pedestrian. I certainly haven't forgotten it. I doubt he will either. But, you know, it's life. Teaches you a few things along the way. I should know, I'm 31. I'm surprised the bike stayed clean this long. It never does. It always gets bird shit on it. Anyway, guys, enjoy the rest of your day, your night, your afternoon, whatever the hell it is where you are. I'm going to go get some McDonald's. It's 3 o'clock in the morning and I've got that craving. It's the only time you can stand around here and actually see the intersection without getting hit and run over by a car yourself. Wouldn't that be an amazing story? Come out here to vlog about the time I hit someone with my car, and then I end up getting hit by a car while trying. That's fucked up. Anyway, guys, have a good night. Peace out. Do you like my sausage?
That's a good sausage.
That's a good sausage.
Look at the sausage. Look at the sausage. You scream like girls. No! Fucker! Oh, fuck! Protection. No, like a girl farm. No, he's screaming like a girl farm.
I'm on fire. Okay, the camera's... Okay. Fuck! Fuck! Oh, there it is. I see it now. There. Just there. Just there. Right. Fuck! Oh, shit!